Oh, why won't this move? Okay, it's like 22:11 on a Tuesday. Just to give you an idea of how my day's gone, I've got up before work to walk the dogs, got ready, done 8 hours at work, come home, walked the dogs, fed the dogs, came and did decorating stuff at like, I don't know, maybe 6:30, 7-ish. Maybe later than that, I don't know, I'm so tired. I've literally just had dinner and I'm about to get in the bath because I'm covered in paint. And I'm covered in paint because I can never just leave things. But I'm proud, but I'm knackered. So originally I just had all of this prepped, like literally all round. And that somehow turned into like, let's paint. And so yeah, this is what we have. I was gonna like mix water with the emulsion, but the emulsion I bought was shit. It's so like thin, which is why this has come out not very good. Like this is without it being watered down, and it's terrible. So I figured there's no point adding water to it because it's full of water anyway. So what I will do is do another coat of this and then get a more expensive one. And put that on, but I've literally gone up to here, so the only bit I haven't done is from there to there, which obviously I'll need to move those for. It's going to look so nice. I've literally had no night tonight, like literally no night at all. I'm covered in paint. This is from when I like did the lounge, but I found these, so I thought I would use those. But yeah, how crazy. It just looks insane. I can't wait to see like it when it's properly white and it's not just it's not patchy basically. And then I have like a pathetic bath to get into, and then I shall be sleeping in here, which is not ready or prepared in the slightest. I doubt I'm even going to be able to sleep properly. Number one, because it's freezing in here, but number two, because it's not my bed, it's my old bed, and I've upgraded beds massively since I moved into my own place. Can't wait till my room looks like that. Can you see? Like that. How much nicer. So yeah, I'm gonna have a bath. Tomorrow I don't think I'm doing anything because Dan's coming around, and so I might just have a night off. And spend some time with the dogs as well, and then probably pick it back up on Thursday. So this is the current state of affairs. Remember, the whole room looks like this colour, or this colour. So as you come in the door now, we've got this. Bearing in mind it's all patchy and horrible, and this just comes around here. Super patchy, as you can see, and over there, look, it's a bit easier to see how patchy it is. All around here. The bit that takes the longest is sort of around the edges here, because I want to get away with not painting the ceiling, just because it's A, messy, and B, too much effort. So I have to try and cover up the bits at the top well without making it too white, so that the ceiling looks dirty pretty much. I mean, the ceiling, this isn't going to focus, but the ceiling is pretty much going to look dirty whatever because of the walls being white, but I'm hoping he won't even notice them eventually. But yes, the little bits like around the inside of the window frame take forever, and all of the edges and the corners take ages. You can see how patchy it is, look, it's terrible. But it is like, it's really soft and smooth, as weird as that sounds. So yes, I have quite a job on my hands, as you can see, and I mean, ideally I need to sleep, to be honest. Because I'm knackered and I look knackered and I'm looking like shit at work because I just can't be bothered in the morning. Like, thank God it's Friday tomorrow. So yeah, I'm going to whitewash this again tonight, buy some thicker emulsion tomorrow and then paint it tomorrow night, and then probably again on Saturday. And hopefully, come Sunday, I can move all my furniture back in. Guess who's back for a third night of painting? Me. And I've just noticed I've got a couple specks of paint on my wardrobe. No idea how. But, so good job I put like sheeting down over this end. Anyway, I've been at work again. Went shopping after work to get some more DIY stuff and a big tub of paint, which is down there, which should hopefully be a lot thicker and be my top and hoping last coat of white. I thought last night when I was doing it, it looked rubbish, because I mean it still is pretty, it's still patchy, you can see, but I feel like if I had a really thick coat of paint on there, we might be okay, but we shall see. You probably won't be able to see the patchiness because it doesn't tend to pick it up with this rubbish lighting, but I'll show you anyway. So FYI about the paint, this is the one that I used before, this B&Q's Own. I should have known because it's value paint, that was stupid. This is the stuff that's really watered down, and then what I've bought is by Johnstone's. But yeah, in silk, and it's brilliant white. So they were probably about the same price actually, which is the most annoying thing. But yeah, hopefully this should be nice and thick. This is what we want in terms of thickness. Look at that. I'm not sure if you can see whether it's patchy or not. Definitely at the top where I've gone over, you can still see bits of that, so that's where I'm going to need to pile it on. And all of this, again, I don't know if you can see how patchy it is. Oh, you can probably see over here, look. See, it's a bit patchy. It certainly looks a lot better than it did, and I feel like my silvery carpet against this, and with the bed and everything, I'm going to get rid of the like yellow that's in here and just do grey, white and silver, and hopefully make it look a bit more classy. Hopefully if we can do one thick coat tonight, and then tomorrow I can move my bed back, hopefully. Let's hope and pray, because I would really want to. But yeah, it's 6:30 I think, maybe just after. Let's aim to be done by 8:30. We'll see. Good morning. It's Saturday. I've just woke up and I am so tired. After 3 nights of painting for, I don't know, probably like 8 hours altogether, maybe more. My back is in bits. Like, it really hurts. And so I woke up and I was like, oh my god, I need to go in my room and have a look and see if I need to paint again. Well, I think I need to paint again. So annoying. I probably could leave it, but there's no point, is there? If everything's all ready, I just need to put in another couple of hours work. And then hopefully it should be dry by tonight and I can get everything moved back. But I'm just so tired. Like, look at the bags. Can you see that? Look, I'm just shattered. If you stare at it, you can see that there's bits that are a little bit darker than the rest of it, and obviously we need it all one shade. I don't think I'm going to bother, am I? Oh, I should really. Can you tell I just really don't want to do this? So I'm going to get up properly, go and eat, go and see the dogs for a little bit, and then do this. Currently waiting on the paint to dry in my room. It's pretty much nearly done and I've checked on it, and unfortunately the top half of the room will need going over, because that's a lot less white than the rest of it. I must, because I've only got limited space when I'm on a storm, probably not put enough on or something, I don't know. Anyway, I'm gonna have to redo it. But while I've been waiting for it to dry, I've been editing my 6th moving out vlog, and I realised there's like a few things that I've just like skipped over or not really answered or resolved, I guess. So the first one is to do with the lino, obviously, which I was extremely upset about, and it's actually upset me, like, watching myself get upset back. What I did the same night was actually neaten up the area that they'd chewed, so it does look a lot better, although there's essentially still a gap in my lino right now. It looks better. They haven't touched it since it happened, so I think it happened on the 25th of January. It's now the 4th of February, so they've not touched it, but also every time I've gone up the stairs, they've been shut in the kitchen, and so they've not had chance to even go near it. I haven't fixed it as of yet, and I will do eventually, but obviously I am working on my room at the moment, so that's like the #1 priority. Internet has been fine. I think I've had to ring them once since like all of that fiasco has happened. My boiler, again, I have to top it up multiple times a day, but it's never got to the point where it's 0, and I've still got a heating and hot water, and I really don't want anyone to come in and start lifting up carpets and stuff, because I've then got to pay someone to come and put them back neatly. So I'd rather avoid that. This is the lino now. If I just pop the light on, you'll be able to see it a bit better. I kind of just cut it round, so excuse me, I'm trying to film. Yeah, okay. I cut it so it doesn't look as bad. Although I made it essentially bigger, it's now going to be easier to fix. So what I'm hoping I can do is just cut a bit. Will you move out of the way? It's just cut a little bit of old lino and just pop that in there, and hopefully that'll be okay. And I can get like a rug or something to go in front of the stairs, and also contact the guy that did my carpet and see if he can replace that. But I also need to get it all plastered in here because it looks shit. Just to come into my room then. It's just Malteser bunny wrappers on the bed. It's freezing in here because I've had the window open a bit just to air it out. Whether or not you're going to be able to see, but the problem is that sort of where I've gone over and over at the top with a brush, that's a lot thicker paint. And it's a lot whiter. So there's bits at the top, sort of all around here, and that following round, which are just not the right colour of white. I know that sounds silly, but it's not thick enough. This is literally my Saturday attire. I'm not sure what to do, to be honest. It's not 100% dry, and it still feels like dead cold, which I think is just because the window's been open. And that light's probably not going to do anything. What I also did, I hate the light in here, so I took the thing off thinking I could get the light off. Turns out I can't, and I'm going to need a electrician to come and sort that out for me. So yeah, that's another thing. But I don't know. I might just go for it and do it now and get back changed again, and hopefully by tonight should look okay. I have no idea what time it is. I painted again and got washed up again, and I've just put stuff in, and oh my god, I cannot even describe how different it looks. It's insane. It looks weird, like really, really weird. Yeah, the walls are still wet, so I've not put everything back properly, and I can't put the curtains up yet, but it's exciting. Do you want to see? So I've got all the sheeting up, and we have my lovely silver carpet, and oh my god, this is what we have on the one side, and then if we bring it round, have this. It looks, I can't tell if it looks bigger or smaller. I don't actually know, but it looks crazily different, like ridiculously different. How much nicer does that look? It'll look a lot better when I've got something in there. So this is the current reflection compared to what it used to be, and all of my selfies looked awful. So yeah, we have this bit of the edge now, which goes to there, and then round to there, so that should not take long at all. Oh my god, like I can't believe how different it looks. I am absolutely knackered and I think it's like 6:30, maybe 6, I don't know. Let's have a look actually, see what time it is. 6:05. So I've still got to like feed the dogs and everything. Oh, I've got paint on my face, great. It looks crazy. It's just even like looking at this, it's weird. But yeah, I'm knackered and I think that's all I'm going to do for tonight. I need to relax and eat because I haven't actually eaten a meal today. But yeah, I love how it's working out. Hard work pays off. It's like 2 AM. FYI, I've not done any decorating and that's because I've just been like super busy and tired and well, I have good and bad news. I mean, because it's 2 AM and I feel the need to update you, it means it's probably not that good. My boiler I've had to top up several times throughout the day ever since the last engineer came, I don't know, maybe a month ago. And remember he said to me like, your boiler's fine, you're losing water somewhere in the system, but there was no obvious leaks or damp patches or anything. Well, today I found the damp patch, which happens to be right next to a plug socket, and so I'm not gonna lie, I've been massively stressed this evening. I've been out tonight as well, and like half of me was like, don't go out, and the other half was like, get out of the house kind of thing. I mean, there was no like, it's not that bad to be honest, like there's no like immediate threat, but I have got back just pretty much and rang British Gas because I have their cover, and thankfully if it happens to be central heating related, so it's the pipework connected to the central heating, which I think it is, then I'm covered. If it's plumbing work, which I don't think it is because there's no reason for plumbing work to be there, but again, who knows. So yeah, good news is I found the leak. Bad news is there's a leak in my house. I was supposed to have like a really nice night tonight, and I have, but it's been kind of like shadowed by me panicking basically, because I literally noticed it as Dan turned up at the door, because I was sat on the bottom of the stairs down here fussing the dogs, and I just looked to the side of me and I saw like this massive bubble in the wall. Now all of this wasn't on the floor because I've literally panicked and gone, what the fuck is that? So this is what we have. This is damp. It's not that like, it's not wet to the touch, but it is damp, and it does travel from here all the way down under this, which worries me a lot because of just how like wet that is. And then it goes to about here. The fact that it's that damp that the Artex, and if you think about how thick Artex is, it's horrible stuff, like to the point where you would rather plaster over it than try and get it off because it's so hard, and this is literally just like crumbling in pieces. I spoke to British Gas anyway, and they told me that I need to turn off my stopcock, which I didn't know what that fucking was until I moved into the house, and it broke pretty much. At the time my ex-boyfriend was around, like my first boyfriend when I was like what, 15 to the age of 18. He's now a plumber, and yeah, basically while he was in my kitchen cupboard looking at my, oh I think he was looking at my boiler actually, the stopcock, which is what stops the flow of water coming into your house, exploded and I literally had water gushing everywhere, as you'll probably remember me saying. But in this cupboard, if you can see, it's genuinely full of rubbish. I've literally took out bags and bags of carrier bags, which is that. Not sure if you're going to be able to see, but in the back of there's like a little tap. That is what I need to turn off apparently, so I'll just do that now. Stopcock turned off, which means there is now no water going to my house. Yeah, I don't know how to feel at the minute, to be honest. So, officially in bed. It's probably, I don't even know what time it is. It's now past 2 in the morning, and possible engineer coming from 8 AM. There goes my lion, 'cause I need to fucking clean. I genuinely just thought it was just like the next day, but it's really not. It's 8:05. I've been up since about 7:20. Sorry, there's a dog on his bed. I really want to clean. Well, I don't, but I feel like I should clean, because I worry about like people coming into my house and thinking that it smells of dogs and stuff. And obviously, like, the majority of people are too polite to say anything, but you do sometimes get people that are like, oh. And yeah, I don't know. It's bothering me, and I'm too tired to do anything about it. I really hope they can do something about it. I'm so like worried about it. They definitely can't leave it, because if you think about it, I can't keep having my water off. I need water. I've turned it on like once this morning to flush the toilet, because there's no way I'm not going to the loo and just leaving it. And I realised when I was brushing my teeth, like, I couldn't wet my toothbrush. And then after I'd got all this like toothpaste in my mouth and I'd finished brushing my teeth, you then got nothing to sort of swill it out with, or wash the sink down. So I couldn't leave that either. And then I changed the dog's water, and then I filled up the kettle, and then I've turned it back off again. I really don't think it's going to make much difference. I've been topping that boiler up, which means I've been adding more water to the boiler system, because it constantly kept leaking, although I was told not to worry about it. Yeah, I've constantly topped it up for months, which means that's months worth of water that's been going somewhere that we didn't know where it was going, and only now it's surfaced. So I can't see it even being that bad. I'm not putting the heating on, obviously. My boiler's lost pressure, obviously. So yeah, it's going to be a case of waiting. I am more than happy for them to start hacking at that wall, but I just hope it's not as bad as I've been led to believe so far. But we'll see, and hopefully they cover it, but who knows. British Gas have just left. They've been here like 2 hours. It's one of the same engineers that's been here like twice before, and he was like, it's still losing pressure. I was like, yes. And I think there's a leak here. Turns out the pipe from my like central heating, so all of the main pipes are pretty much in the kitchen. So then it comes through the wall to get to, this isn't going to work, to get to the lounge radiator. And then to get from the kitchen to the hall radiator, it goes under the floor. Now, if that copper pipe hasn't been wrapped properly and it's been laid under the floor, it can corrode, and so hence pipes don't work, and hence all of my floor is probably wet. And because I've been constantly topping up my boiler, adding more and more water, and not knowing where it's going, the damp has then risen, which is why I've then noticed it on the side of the wall. And on the other side of that wall, I noticed the wallpaper was looking a bit dodgy, and I felt it, and it wasn't wet or anything, but it kind of looked like it was going a bit damp, but not enough for me to go like, oh shit. I just thought it might be wearing away or something, but yeah. I mean, it's just a bit, he's left a mess and I need to clean. And the dogs have had to be outside for hours, and so they're now filthy. I don't even know if you're going to be able to see. They're filthy, but I'll show you what the deal is. Okay, so this is what I mean by where it comes from the kitchen into the hall. Now, in the hall, what he's done is taken off this piece of skirting board, which now looks absolutely fucking awful. And basically the reason he did this is because he wanted to see where these pipes go, which, I mean, I'm not being funny, but it's pretty fucking obvious that they're going downwards. So yeah, I mean, you can see this is all like got mould on it from where it's damp, so this needs to go in the bin, and all of this is probably wet underneath, but I don't really want to touch it. Because originally he first took this off and was like, well, it's going to run under here. And I was thinking, oh, motherfucker, do not rip up my lino. Bearing in mind, dogs have chewed this, I get it, but still, do not rip up my lino. Do not attack the, like, concrete or whatever that's underneath. So I reckon, wherever the pipe is that's going from this corner over here, this is all wet, but it doesn't feel wet, and, like, nothing's coming through, so, you know. But yeah, so it's going to be wet around here, and it's just going to have risen, so... Wonderful news. In here, this is what I have now. Oh God. What he's done is A, ruined my wallpaper, B, by cutting this off, and B, if you can see, they stop there. Now, the original pipes it attached to, this pipe was attached to this one down here, and this one was attached to that one down there. So what he's done really is cut off these pipes. So instead of the boiler sending water to that radiator, there's now nothing connecting that radiator to my central heating system. And so, yeah, I'm down to just this radiator and the one in the lounge. But he had a load of problems with this, by where he kept trying to cut it and then it'd break further up, and yeah, it's all burnt because he's been soldering it, as you can see, and he's burnt my fucking wallpaper. That skirting board as well, again, was damp. Yeah, that's like soaking. So all of that is wet as well because that was gushing. But yeah, I have a bit of a clean-up job to do now, and then a clean-up job with the doggos that are out there. Really, bro, is it your birthday? Is it your birthday today? Is it? Are you one? And we have this one that will be one soon, but today it's your day. It's your day. It's been a while since I last updated. I have no idea what my previous entry or clip was prior to this, but I've been having problems with my internet, as per with TalkTalk, and I'm happy because I've just had the most honest engineer come out who basically said there's nothing wrong with your line, there is nothing wrong with your router or anything else, it's TalkTalk. TalkTalk is shit, essentially. Everything about them is rubbish, they will try and fob you off, go with someone else. And this is a TalkTalk engineer who apparently does it for all of the broadband providers. So I would rather someone who speaks my language, that can understand me, that I can understand them, come to my home and just give me an honest opinion, advice on what I should do, who basically advised me that, yeah, TalkTalk are rubbish, and I should look at either BT or PlusNet, because apparently the PlusNet boxes are the same as the BT ones, but obviously going with PlusNet might be a bit cheaper. So it's something that I need to look into. I'm not going to bother trying to cancel with TalkTalk because I've literally got a couple months left, and honestly I don't want the hassle of it. I read so many things where people have said they've been landed with X amount of bills or whatever. I don't want the hassle of trying to fight it. What I might do now, because they keep saying to me, oh, when the problem's fixed, let us know, and you can get compensation. There's been a new thing come out now to do with broadband providers giving you, I think it was like immediate compensation or something. So I might use that to my advantage and see if I can get some money out of them, but I won't cancel with them until like it ends, because it's not worth the hassle. I know loads of people keep telling me to just cancel, but I don't need it. With everything else that I've got going on, I do not need that. He also said, which no one has said to me before, that I live quite far away from an exchange, and so my sort of speed is only going to reach sort of 2.6, something like that, which is what I should be getting. And that is because I'm like 2 miles away or whatever from an exchange. And so he said, whenever you move house again, look where your closest exchange is, and you'll get higher internet speed, which I didn't know this. I've never known this. Why would I know this? So yeah, there's that. But he said if you do pay for fibre, then you'll get like a higher speed and it'll be much better. But in terms of finance, I don't know how easy that will be for me to fund. So again, it's something that I need to look into, but I feel dead relieved, because it's just like someone's finally been honest with me, and my constant calls to talk have just been for nothing, really. He said that he couldn't really do anything other than just click a button which optimises my sort of bandwidth, essentially. From me to you, never ever ever go with talk. I know it has been forever since I've done one of these entries. I've literally spent the past 2 days editing the current vlog that you're watching, and so I wanted to just tie up any loose ends and get it kind of ready for the next vlog, because it's getting a little bit long now. So just to update you on things then, maybe about 2 weeks ago I ended up having to ring TalkTalk again. I was literally just on my laptop trying to get a web page to load, nothing major. I wasn't trying to stream anything, and it just point blank wouldn't happen, and that's because my download speed had dropped to 0.02. 0.02 will probably allow you to get on WhatsApp, and that's about it in terms of what you can use the Wi-Fi for. And it'd been like that for a very long time with me. Sometimes it would work, sometimes it wouldn't. It was very like hit and miss as to whether or not I could even use the internet, and I rang them with the intention of just saying like, look, fix it, and you know, let's move on. However, as soon as someone started talking to me, I got really angry and were like, oh, we're going to have to send an engineer out. And I was thinking, no fucking not. I was like, the last engineer, as you know, that I had out told me that it was TalkTalk and that they were shit, and that I needed to leave them. And I said like, well, no, I don't want an engineer out because they've told me there's nothing wrong with the equipment or my line or anything like that, and it's just you. Bit awkward, but still. So anyway, I had a go, told them that I wanted to cancel. I was like, if all you can do is send me out an engineer, cancel my contract, and I'm not paying anything. I'm not paying anything extra. You can refund me what I've paid up front, because I already paid for the year in advance before I moved in, or when I'd moved in rather. It took about 2 hours and I got transferred through to about 6 people, to I think 2 managers. The thing is, I really hate being horrible to people because I find it quite an awkward thing to have to do. I don't like making people feel uncomfortable, especially if it's their job. But with sort of cancellation teams and things like that, I mean, they're trained in it and you do really have to stand your ground. And they started off by saying that, oh, well, we have to charge you this and this and this, you can't get out of it. However, by the end of the conversation, I'm now not paying any charges and I'm getting a refund, and yeah, instead of me having to wait 30 days for the service to end, I only had to wait 7. So that was brilliant. So I literally had no internet for 7 days. I'm now, thankfully, with BT Infinity. I paid for their fibre package, which costs me around £28 a month. And then I think with the cashback and everything I got on it, it'll only cost me like £24 a month, which is brilliant because the TalkTalk thing I think worked out to about £20 a month. And so for the extra like amount, it's great. And I did a speed test yesterday because I only had it working from yesterday. So bearing in mind my TalkTalk speed was 0.02, and at the best it was like 1 point something. I now have 50 point something, and so just so excited. I can go on my phone, I can browse the internet, I can watch Netflix all at once. In terms of DIY on the house, I've done nothing, and the reason for that is I just really don't have the time. You'll have seen how completely shattered I was when I was doing my room. My room is still the same. I still have this line where it's not done, and I kept putting it off. Dan kept saying like, oh, should we move your wardrobes now? And I'll be like, no. Because if we move them, that means I've got to paint them. And I really hate painting. And yeah, so I mean, what we're kind of focusing on at the minute, because Dan's definitely getting more involved in terms of like, just sorting the house out and things, which is really nice, because it's nice to know that I'm not on my own. He offered with my bedroom and stuff, and I just kind of went ahead and did it myself, because I don't want him to feel like I'm using him. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's not really his responsibility to have to paint my bedroom, and so I'd rather do it kind of in my time rather than our time. But he's been so helpful with the garden, and it makes me really, really happy. Now, I probably should have done like a proper view of the garden before we did anything, but hopefully you can kind of remember. If not, then I'll try my best to explain. So this is my garden from my bedroom window. That is my dog in the bushes. So what I've done, if you can see where we've got this massive patch of sort of mud and dirt, now there was full of ivy. There was ivy going up the fence. As you can see, it was all kind of overgrown and a bit like this, and that was all down here. So what I did was I pulled all of this out. It still needs to be weed killered, but I'm very cautious of doing that, obviously, with the dogs and how much they like to just go and eat stuff, as you will see here. Bruno will literally eat everything, but he's fine, don't worry. So that looks a lot better. It definitely looks a lot bigger. It's probably not the best angle from my room, but never mind. All of this around here was kind of overgrown as well. This I thought was a water butt, because you'll see it drains from the roof on my half of the shed. However, water butts should have like a little kind of tap near the bottom that you can use to fill up your watering can. It's just a way of saving water and reusing water, but I think because these are all like council houses, because a lot of the estate look like this pretty much, that's what my house looks like, I think they kind of went for whatever was cheapest, and so they've bought like these big blue barrels, which mine is just fucking horrendous. And yeah, I've been trying quite hard. I bought a watering can, and Dan and I have been sort of trying to empty the watering can, or empty this using the watering can rather, because I want to get rid of this blue thing and replace it with an actual water butt that I can use. So this is kind of the overview of the garden currently, and it should start to look very, very different quite soon, hopefully. Dan and I have dug out all of this, well, mainly Dan, to be honest, has dug all this out, where the bricks are, where Darcy just fell off the wall. We've dug all that out, got rid of, it was full of loads of daffodil bulbs actually, so we pulled all those out, pulled all the weeds out, and this will eventually be gravelled and have like a beautiful little picket fence that I need to paint, and yeah, should make the garden just look a little bit nicer. What are you doing? So pretty much in a nutshell, the next project is the garden, even though I haven't finished my room, and I will. But because the weather's getting nicer, my main focus is the garden, and for it to be a nice place to kind of sit and relax. So yeah, that's what hopefully you'll be seeing in the next vlog, if that ever surfaces or gets made. I don't know, we'll see how things go, I guess. It might take a while. It's definitely a lot of money that needs to be put into the garden, and I don't actually have a lot of it, so we'll see. But yeah, I wanted to make sure that I kind of tied everything up, all of the loose ends, and hopefully I've done that. Thank you for watching, and if you want to stay up to date with things in the meantime, all of my links to my social media are down below. Mainly I keep up to date with Instagram, which is the same as my YouTube name, so it's oxlisalouxo. You can come over and follow me and keep up to date with stuff. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next video. Bye guys!